What is up, folks? Casual Dad here for my first Overwatch video. Ooh. Now, I'm really just doing this for an audio and frame rate check to see if it works out okay with the game sound and with my speech overlay, so we'll find that out in a second. But just in case it goes well, we're going to go ahead and record. Overwatch. I have a love-hate relationship with Overwatch, like many gamers. I play it because my older brother, who is my gaming guru and my gaming buddy for my entire life, of course, because he's my older brother. This is one of the few games that he still plays, and one of the only ones that we can play together. And he has two young sons, both of whom are old enough now to play with me. So I play to get him a little family time with my brother, and to, spend some time with my nephews, which is a nice thing to do. And so that's why I play, honestly. If not for that, I probably would not play. I'm just doing a frame rate check, so let's go ahead and just do... Oh, goodness. I've never even done these. So I don't play a ton. Yeah, why not? Ooh, training. Let's do a training. So we're doing just a training check. Like it's hard. Why not? Let's see how badly I can embarrass myself. I'm pretty familiar with FPS. God, first-person shooter games. I blanked on that. I've played them a lot. It's one of my first genres. One of the first ones I ever played. I played the original Doom back in the day. I played Quake 1, Quake 2, Quake 3, of course. All the Unreal games when they first came out. Man, if you missed it, that was a heyday. When the original Unreal Tournament came out, that was just an amazing, amazing moment for gaming, especially as action and first-person shooter games came out. But my introduction to kind of objective-based games was those early Unreal Tournaments and Quake 3s where you did capture the flag, area control, all those things, with my particular favorite being the assault matches that you could get in Unreal Tournament. The ones where you could get vehicles, and it was a long, sprawling map where you'd fight for objective points. Those were amazing, and to this day are still some of my favorite experiences with objective-based team FPS gameplay. I tried Counter-Strike, but it was tough for me because dying instantly was spiked the learning curve a bit. So we'll see how I do here. Just to give you a heads up, I'm familiar with the genre. I have played a fair amount of the game, so I'm hopefully not going to completely embarrass myself, but I'm not particularly good. Let's see how that goes. I'm going to go ahead and, just because I'm doing the stream, I'm going to bust out my strongest hero, who is Zenyatta. I really appreciate him because he's a support character, and as someone learning the game, one of my favorite things about him is he's somewhat passive, so you can heal and not have to rely on skill shots or timing. You can pick a character who's going to need to heal and give them as much healing as you can. Which I appreciate. He's also got the offensive debuff, which is great. Again, passive, you do have to land it, but once you land it, it sort of does its thing. And then he's still very high damage output, and a high-ranged character who can get headshots and do a lot of particularly good damage. So he's a great all-round hero. Lacks some mobility, which is a change for me. Usually in FPS games, I'm mobility first and don't actually play support, because a lot of the games I played didn't have a support role. But in college, I played a lot of Team Fortress 2, and that was kind of my first experience to this sort of style of gaming. Let's see if I can hit her in a minute. Another great thing about Zenyatta is that he is a backfield character. So he's got the long range, he's got those passive heals, so it gives you more time to kind of sit back and understand what's going on and get an idea how the game works, which is absolutely fantastic for someone starting out. And so I played him quite a bit to get used to the game and understand how it works and kind of get a feel for the mechanics and missions. And that ended up putting me in a position where I actually understood the game fairly well. And also, at the end of all that, I really enjoyed playing Zenyatta, so I've kept playing him since. Especially since you can usually get... Ah, goodness, I hit a wall. That was probably a waste of my ult, but it did save me. Or I just as likely would have done it later. Here I'm getting those headshots. Ooh, yeah. Nice. So this is going pretty well. We're still in the first objective. Doing okay. I'm relatively proud of my play. I still haven't died yet, I don't think, which is great. Love to do that on a stream. Hopefully the frame rate and sound are okay so that I can actually put this up, because I'm reasonably proud of this. Again, I think I started saying that in college I played a lot of Team Fortress 2, which was my first introduction to this kind of style, in particular with games that were objective-based and had that, again, healing role. Oh, that is just a bummer, buddy. You should not. As a Genji, you should not get soloed by a Zen. So, whoops. I'm not going to call it that guy's username because I kind of missed it, but I'm pretty proud of that play. I think he mostly just didn't realize I was there. Yeah, which floating robot thing that throws glowing balls at people, like, who would notice that? Anyway, so in Team Fortress 2, I learned to play that a lot. I got very, very good at it. In that, I was positively murdery. I was a pyro, and that was my pyro main. Really enjoyed playing that aspect where you could bump around a corner, use your understanding of the map to really have clutch plays. And that was really the key of it, is I enjoyed playing the role where you could have a significant impact on the game in an objective-based game. Ouch. I'm not going to be able to solo this guy, but I can certainly keep him busy. Let's see if I can get over here to save that hog. I think that Genji knows that it was embarrassing getting beaten by a Zen, and this, our beautiful, beautiful Roadhog is doing great. Yeah, this is going very, very well. I think it's not entirely my fault. But hey, I'll take it. I'm still doing my ranked placement matches, so chances are I'm getting placed in games that are kind of more my level. Which is really good, because I appreciate playing at a level that's kind of where I want to be. So I really enjoy games that have these placement matches, so you can play and really improve at the level you are. That made me play the game. That was awesome. Yeah, a little high ground helps get those headshots. I do also appreciate the back and forth. So you play once as defender and once as attacker in each map, and then you kind of play through until you get, what is it, 2 out of 3. Yeah, so that was an excellent game. Oh yeah, he was a really good Roadhog. And it was a map that favored Roadhog. The other team wasn't particularly scary, so he was able to basically spawn camp and really just rain hell, which is exactly what Roadhog wants to do, is get in the scrum, get in the middle of things, and get enough kills at a constant rate so he's not overwhelmed. That was awesome. So that was my... Okay, and there's my refresher and my humbling moment of realizing that that was against AI. Yeah, okay, so cool. That was a good stream game. Let's see how the sound came out, and expect me to do quite a few more Overwatch streams. I really enjoy playing the game, not as much as some other games I've played, but as I learn to understand it more, you know, it gets better and better. And just to kind of recap that key moment there, if you're considering playing Overwatch, I highly recommend playing a support or healer to get used to it, especially, again, Zenyatta. For the reasons I mentioned. You can drop those orbs to do offense and defense. You have a decent gun if you're used to FPSs and are uncomfortable playing one of them without dealing damage. And then just being in the back of the team and kind of getting to watch what happens and understand the game is hugely helpful for learning. So that was it. Good training. I was proud of that game. And yeah, hopefully the stream goes well and you'll see more from me. Cheers.